Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the E25, the Tier 7 German premium tank destroyer, located on the north spawn of Halluf Encounter, and it's under the command of Beerwalla. Yes, you saw him in the last video, and he was performing on Airfield and Cliff, this time round Halluf. Game started. Well, he's not sticking around, he's going to go straight down into the valley area and try and get the most damage he can. Or is he going to go up onto the cliff? There's two ways of handling this. You can actually snipe from the bushes, or alternatively you can poke over the edge and shoot at the enemy on the other side of the valley. Okay, it looks like he's going to do that. Some nice little positions here you can get shots on without being shot back at. Oh, VK2801 takes a round, and yeah, 2 rounds. So they've started capping. Oh, enemy T52 decided to be rather cheeky, missed that first shot, but he's locked on, and well, that guy's in a whole lot of trouble now. Big mistakes come up here. He's going to try and fire back, but that's it, his game's over. And because he was spotted, he had to do a little dipsy-do there and come around, because otherwise he was going to get an Arty round fired back at him. Okay, we've got a Cromwell in the cap area, but from this position we can't really get shots fairly easy. You'd need to go across the valley in order to do that. Okay, yeah, Cromwell B in the cap area. Only the one. Oh, now we've got a BK, and he gets around into that, but the enemy does fire at him, and he got a hit from a Super Hellcat 90mm round, what cost him 229 hit points. That's the problem with trying to shoot from these positions. The enemy lights will try to do the same to you as you're trying to do to the enemy. I think he might try to come down by the chute here, or the slide. Don't know how you want to call it, but there is a little slide here where you can come down. But every time he goes up, I think he's probably going to get spotted. At least because it's an encounter game, he can actually take his time, because he doesn't need to rush in and get a reset. Okay. Looks like the Cromwell is the only one actually in the cap at the moment, and that means the VK is probably nearby, but just not inside it. He fired one into the bush just in case the VK was hiding. No, don't think he's there. But they blocked the cap at the moment because we've got somebody on our side. The A46 and an IS. Well, it's actually the IS that's in the cap. The A46 is sitting next to it. He's trying to sneak down. Oh, he was right. The VK was up in the bushes. Now, can he get shots on that KV-1S? Yes, he can. Right through the weak spot. 2 rounds, 3 for the kill. Yes, he got it, but he took a round from the enemy E25. So he's now down to just 55% of his health. I think the Super Hellcats decided to guard that rise. I think Beerwalla's still sticking on this cliff edge just in case he can get shots on the enemy. Nobody's tried to take a shot at him yet. Well, we're capping now because the Cromwell has been killed. And nobody appears to be taking any blind bit of notice of him. Nothing inside. Fired a quick snapshot into the bush. Doesn't appear to be anything there though. I think he needs to go over the valley in order to get some damage on them. He's looking for where that T-52 might be. The one that fired at him a while back. Oh, that one kicked up the ground. No, that's kicked up ground. Oh, T-52 came over this side. He's auto-aimed on, but that first shot misses. Second one doesn't. And now he's going to tear this guy apart. That's it. Another kill. But he did take another shot from the enemy, and now he's down to just 45% of his health left. There's still 6 enemies out there. 3 of those are Arty, and they're likely to be at the other side, way at the back. Yep, that M44 is a fair distance away. And they've lost him. So there's 5 enemy remaining. He's got 3 kills. Okay, a lot of our guys over the other side have actually died. We still have that E25 and a poodle. E25 is full health as well. We've only got 1 tank advantage at the moment. That Super Hellcat in our team is very low on health. And this E25 making a quick run at him. That just hit the earth. It doesn't look good for that Super Hellcat. If the E25 gets close to him and he's moving up on him, and yeah, he's gone. So now we're 5 all. The enemy's got much more hit points than we've got, twice as much. We've probably lost most of our hit points trying to go through the northwest corner of the map. And so it's now up to Beerwalla to win the game for his team. With 5 enemy left, it is possible that he could get a Radley's. Oh, not now, because the Tiger P just got taken out by the T25 too, which means there's only 4 enemies remaining and he's got 3 kills. So, yep, the most he's going to get is 7 kills if he gets all of them. He's moved to the centre to see if he can get a better sight on any enemy who are looking over the cliff edge. Nobody about. Ah, Poodle in sight, and we know where the E25 is now. He's over the other side. Okay, you can get shots on this guy. That's 1 in. That's 2. That one hit the dirt. So he got 2 shots in. The M12's been spotted. He's trying to cross the valley as well. Is he? No, he's not. He's trying to go north. That means that there's still one other Arty out there, the AMX-13F3, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's still near the cap area, in which case there's only him guarding the cap area. The M12's headed north, the E25's headed north, the Poodle, well, we know where he is, and this is a cap battle. It's rather it's an encounter, so it's all about the cap area. You'd think that the enemy would be capping by now, because there's only 2 left on Beerwalla's team, him and the AMX-13F3 on his own team. And the AMX-13F3 and the enemy team is nowhere to be seen. Oh, there's the M12. Okay, just briefly saw the corner of his tank. That's the good spotting characteristics of this vehicle. 360 meters view range. Gets 1 in. Just misses the opportunity to fire that last one in. He's using up all of his AP first. He's not burning his APCR, but he's going to have to soon. And he's found the AMX. He didn't move. I was right after all. He was still around, but he was hiding and he was in the bushes. That's 1. Second didn't. It hit the armour. Probably hit the tracks, and there's the kill. Woo! He only got stunned. Oh dear, they found our Arty, so it looks like Beerwalla's going to be defending on his own. So the poodle has found him. Oh, just got spotted. That might be the E25. Because the M12 has got dreadful view range. And yes, they did kill our Arty, which now means that he's 1 against 3. He's done a quick dipsy doodle, turned around. It's going to come at the cap area from above of the hill. The enemy's probably expecting him to come out the other side, or at least go up and find the poodle. Oh, knocked the tree down! That would have given away his position to the enemy. But they didn't respond, so maybe they didn't see it. But he did. The E25. Now, this is going to be good because this is the most dangerous of the opponents. Gets 2 in. Can he get the kill? 1 more. Straight through. On top of him. Yes! Now, the poodle's in sight. He fires 1 at us. We're using the terrain to our advantage here because he can't see us now. We're in the dip. You can always use this dip right down the centre of the map, the river, to fool the enemy, or at least conceal yourself in such a low-lying vehicle like this, which only basically is as tall as a man, and he can still see the poodle. But he did take a round from that guy with a 75mm, and 1 more shot to kill. Yes! And that just leaves him and the M12, and that's his top gun. This is to win the match. The M12's still capping. Well, there's no point in him not doing it. But he really does need to set up for an ambush. Get ready. That's all the M12 really can do, is try and ambush him. If he fails, well, Beerwalla does have very low hit points. He could be splash killed. But the M12 needs to get the shot very close to him in order to do it. And there he is. And he's a 1-shot. And that wins the game and gives him a Pascucci. So, first battle is a victory. Let's have a look at the second game. In the second game, we're back to the airfield map again. Yes, it was in the last video, and it's the second battle in this video. Game started. Oh dear, we're missing engine noise again. Wargaming, yep. How can you screw up so many times? Well, yes, unfortunately there was a problem with the updates, which meant that some of the replays came out without any sound. And I'm not the only one who's noticed this. Quickie Baby spotted it as well, and I think Jingles too. So it's not a fault with my version of the game, and it's certainly not a mod fault, because as you heard in the last battle, there was sound in that, and that was in the same update. So it works on some, not on others. And he's just spotted a Type 64 on the enemy team, and he was seen. He did get a long way forward on the airstrip, but unfortunately now he has been spotted, which means enemy Arty probably will be paying attention to him. The enemy Arty concerned is a Hummel, and somebody just fired in that direction, but that was a tank shell. Definitely a tank shell. Okay, he's decided to pull back from this position because it's a little too exposed. And if the enemy Arty does fire at him, he could lose quite a few hit points. Okay, he's using the bushes creatively. And he spotted an IS-2 this time. And a Tiger P. Trying to use the bush mechanic as well. There's a fair chance that the enemy will try to come around that side of the rock, and if they do, he should be able to pump quite a few rounds into the enemy. It's always a good idea when you let the enemy come round a corner like that, let them commit so that they're stuck and they've got a long way to go back, because then you can nail them by tracking them and empty all of your magazine into them until they've gone. Okay, we've got a couple of enemy tanks right up on top that hill that he was using a while back, the sniping hill. But I don't think they can see him at the moment. He's not outside their range altogether. If somebody's spotting him, But if he uses the bush mechanic, I don't think they'll be able to see him. Okay, he's decided to switch to APCR straight away because he is firing on heavy tanks. Okay, let him commit. Come around the corner. He pulls back to use the bush mechanic. First round doesn't pen. Second one does. And that one ricocheted off. And he gets a kill. That was very well done. He let the guy commit. Made him come around the corner. There was no way he could pull back. If he fired straight away, the moment the guy stuck his nose around the corner, he would have pulled back in. And then he wouldn't have been able to get the kill shot. So he's got his first kill of the game. Again, I do apologise for the lack of sound of the engine. Not my fault. Wargaming let us down again. Now that EBR is taking a hell of a risk. And there's a very good chance that, yeah, that was going to happen. He just got sniped out of position by a steel Waffenträger. We've got the ass end of a T25 too. He pulls back, which is a bad mistake because now we get more rounds in. That tracked him. Keep pumping those rounds in. And that's it. Oh, he's still there, so he was right to keep going. Some of those are hitting the rock. You can see the dispersion on some of those shells. Okay, he's been spotted, so he needs to pull back in. There's a Tiger P just over there. I think he's going to have a go. It's worth it. Now he's tracked him. Go for the Amarak. That's it. Aim for that caught spot. Kill shot. Yes! Nicely done. Always a good idea as well. I don't know if some of you have actually tried this. If you go to a website called Armored Inspector, and I'll put a link in the video, but there's a website where you can actually check and find out where the ammo rack is actually located in each vehicle. And that can be very, very useful if you want to blow up an enemy tank. Well, there's the steel Waffenträger that killed our EBR. He's over in the corner. We can't easily get a shot from here, but yes, he's gone anyway. Our KV2 just derped him. So yes, you can actually locate where the ammo rack is on a vehicle and aim for that spot specifically so you can gain a lot of damage on them. Now he's trying to sneak up on that T25 too. And there was a Jackson up here as well, I believe. Now he doesn't want to face both of them at the same time, but he's going to take out the T25 too. Yeah, nicely done. Now he can go after the Jackson. He did that well. He only engaged one at a time, not both at the same time. You don't want to do that because one of them is going to get some damage on you, but he allowed he could focus on one without the other being able to respond. And he's found one of the Arty. So he gets one round in, and this Hummel's a dead duck. I don't know if he rammed him to death or he actually got the shot on him there. It looks to me like he actually did shoot him right at the last minute after the ram. He lost 31 hit points in the ram, but he dealt 94 hit points of damage to the Hummel and then fired a round in that got him 96 hit points, I think, which was the last bit of damage that the Hummel took. So there's only 3 enemies remaining now, and he's got 5 kills, 1 more to get a Top Gun. Oh, trying to get that Progetto fired into the rock, but goes for the Super Pershing instead. Much nicer target because he's got plenty of hit points. Can't get a shot on the Progetto yet. Now he can. Oh yes, this is great stuff. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet of medium tanks. No, he needs to pull back because that, yeah, the Pershing could see him. And that's a 90mm round coming back at him. He did take 1 round for 250, but he's still got 66% of his health. And there's 2 enemy tanks on Temple Mount. There's one of them. Nice one through the side. And again. Oh, trying to go through the turret, but I think he hit the extra armor, the applique armor around the turret. That got the side of the vehicle. He's trying to shoot through the amphitheater. You won't get anything there at all. It's too thick for you to shoot through. Ouch, we just lost a Hellcat to the enemy Progetto. He's the other side of Temple Mount, so we've got a bit of motoring to do. Top speed on the E25 is 65 kilometers an hour, so it's very, very fast compared to the Hetzer. But of course, the Hetzer was made with a pre-war vehicle. It was the Panzer 38T, or rather the Light Viz 38, which was designed way back in the 30s, whereas this thing was designed in the 40s. It's a fair bit faster. Looks like the Progetto's up on the next level. Yeah, you're not going to get shots on him. He still needs that elusive 6th kill to get the Top Gun. Oh, he might be able to get the Super Pershing. There's one. He's facing the other way. He suddenly realised, oops, he's getting shot from multiple directions. He's got the side of the turret. Kill shot. Yes! Top Gun. There's only one enemy remaining, and he's got 20% of the enemy hit pool, which means potential high caliber. So we're now just looking for that Progetto to finish this game off. And he's headed to the cap, just like he was the last time. The enemy's not in the cap, but he could be behind it. Kind of detracts from some of the enjoyment that we don't have the engine noises as well. Now, you remember the last time we were hunting around the map trying to find the last enemy, the Hellcat. Well, this time round it's a Progetto, and we're about to cap out. I do hope they reset the cap, because it would be awkward if we don't get that last kill. And there he is! We can see him. Lock on. Yes! Just as they cap out. Does it count as a win by capping? Yes, it does. So he got the last kill, which means they got the bonus and they got the cap out as well. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Here's the end of battle results in the first game on El Halluf. He managed to get an ace tanker in the E25 Beerwalla. He also got a Hand of God for surviving the battle. Hammer received damage from 4 different enemy tanks. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He managed to get 10. A duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. And a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. In this game, he also managed to get a Pascucci's because he took out both enemy Arty, the enemy AMX-13 F3AM and also the M12. As well as a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game and a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. He actually ended up with 7. There wasn't one more that would enable him to get the Radley Waters. Let's have a look at the team score and see how he did. Well, he got the highest damage with 3,514 hit points. The next high scorer being the E25 on the enemy team, 2,076, followed by the KB3 with 2,000 hit points. When it came to kills, he got the highest number of those with 7. 3 kills went to the T-34-85, the E25, the M44 and the Poodle. So the enemy team was rather good. They did have 3 good players, but sadly Beerwalla was so much better than they were. And when it came to base XP, yes, he's got 1,477. And the next high score was the A46 on his team with 1,021. And they were the only players who managed to get over 1,000. And the next high score after that was the E25 on the enemy team with 663. He fired 51 rounds in this game, 34 direct hits and 30 penetrations. Damage of 3,514 rather. 1,370 of which was at more than 300 meters. He received 6 hits from the enemy, 5 of them penetrated, 1 non-penetration and 1 hit by way of splash, 85 hit points of damage blocked by armour, 3 enemy vehicles spotted, 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 7 killed and 493 hit points of damage assistance. Now he earned 56 defence points by resetting the cap a number of times and the enemy was in the cap, and on a premium count he earned 59,054 credits, got 26,574 from battle payments, a total of 115,155 credits altogether. And after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, took away a profit of 41,782 credits. He received 1,477 XP, 4,432 from personal missions payout, and 443 from this being a premium vehicle. Took away 7,091 experience points altogether. He said it's all about the second half in this one. Well, yes it was, because at the start of the game he was really just basically sniping from a distance onto the cap area to stop the enemy from capping out. And afterwards then it was just a case of he had to then pick up the his game and go out there and actually find the enemy, because the rest of his players just wiped themselves out trying to assault the enemy cap area. So, good first game and a number of medals. Let's have a look at the second one. Well, that was the one on Airfield, and yet again it's another ace tanker. He got a bruise, a medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, got 13. A duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, and a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. In this one, he got a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and he also got a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. He ended up with 7 again, 1 short of getting a Radley's, but he certainly did a lot of good work for his team and pumped those rounds in to get damage on the enemy. Let's have a look at the team score and see where he was. There you go, highest damage, 3,622 hit points. The next high scorer being the KV2 with 2,401. And after that, it was the Progetto who got 2,238. It was lucky he saw that guy running away up the airfield at the end of the game, because it looked like it was going to be a cap out, which meant they would have earned less XP overall, because you get a bonus. It's in the wiki, it says you get a bonus if you kill all of the enemy team, which is why so often people say no cap, kill all, because they want that bonus. When it came to kills, he got the highest number of those with 7. 2 kills went to the IS-3 and the KV-2 on his own team, and the T-32 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, he got a much higher one this time, 1,742 base experience points. 1,043 went to the KV-2 on his own team, and nobody else managed to get over 1,000. The IS-3 managed to get 842, he was the next high scorer. Beerwalla fired 52 rounds in this game, a lot more. He was pumping those rounds in on that sniper position to try and get hits, and it looks to me like he must have got hits on quite a few of them, because he got 44 direct hits on the enemy and 28 penetrations. So some of those rounds were hitting the T25 too, but not all of them were actually penetrating him, and that's probably why he just kept going to see if he could finish that guy off. 3,622 hit points of damage, of which 1,276 was at more than 300 meters. He received 1 hit from the enemy, it was a penetration, and he also was spotted by 5 enemy vehicles in that game. The 1 penetration shot, that was the Super Pershing, who fired 1 back, a 90mm round, and did hit him when he was sitting next to the cap area. So he spotted 5 enemy vehicles, damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 7 of the enemy, and did 940 hit points of spotting assist in that one. 63,149 credits. He didn't have boosters on in this game, but he did spend rather a lot on ammunition, as you can see. And after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, only made a loss of 63 credits. So not bad. But of course he did pump a lot of rounds onto that hill without actually getting a huge amount of damage in return at the same time. I think he was hitting the guy, but he was probably hitting him in the tracks and keeping him there all the time. So the shells were doing something, but just not earning him credits, and that's why he ended up with a large cost. 1,742 XP, 523 for this being a premium vehicle, took away 3,136 experience points altogether. So 2 really excellent games, again showing that Beerwalla really does know how to play the E25. And yes, that El Halluf one was a bit more of a chase at the end to find out where the enemy was and take them out. But it was a good job that the E25 made that big boo-boo by trying to come up to the hill and find out where he was, and then allowed Beerwalla to chase him down. He could have been very dangerous for Beerwalla if he'd actually waited in a sniping position. But once he'd actually worked out where the E25 was, it was a case of just chasing him down, finishing him off and then using the terrain to his advantage. That Poodle, he's just too tall a vehicle, and the Beerwalla in his E25 is so low, he can sit in that little riverbed and shoot over the top of it and get shots into the Poodle and take him out. And then, of course, it's just a case of finishing off the M12. So, really great games. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.